All right, welcome everyone to the May State Call. We'll start over here very briefly. Let me share the screen again here to get back to what I was trying to do before. Okay, is everybody seeing? Does everybody see it okay now?
Yes.
That look good to you, Brenda?
Looks good to me.
All right,
Looks good to me too.
Must be good. Well, welcome everyone. Let's get started on our state call for the month of May. Glad you could all join us this evening. First of all, as we do on every state call, I'm probably going to repeat some things here, but I'm doing this for the benefit of Brenda, who we will introduce very shortly. But I'm also doing this for the benefit of those of us in leadership that perhaps are attending their first state call. So these first few slides are some things that we go over on every state call just to remind everybody about what we're all about here in the state of Indiana. Our vision statement here in Indiana is the same as our national vision statement, and that's to build a strong, engaged army of self-governing activists. Now, we also have in Indiana our mission statement, which if we accomplish this mission statement, then that brings us more in line with realizing that our vision statement, and of course our Indiana mission statement, is to restore self-governance by recruiting, training, and deploying citizen activists to engage in all levels of government. Now, we have set forth for us here in the state of Indiana certain mission objectives that we wanted to accomplish for 2021. And for those of you that are just joining us or new to our organization, these are things that we set forth and determined at our strategy meeting that we conducted late last year. And we're getting ready now to conduct another one, which I'm going to mention to you here very shortly to give you some information on that. But these are things, like I said, that we determined in our strategy meeting at the late last year. So for 2021, we wanted to get to 70,000 supporters. We wanted to get some younger blood in our organization. I think everybody's trying to get some younger people involved. We wanted to get some more people. We have some, but we wanted to get some more people under the age of 30. We wanted to get to 7 region captains. We wanted to get to 40 districts with at least 1 district captain. Got some good news on that front this evening. We want to develop and implement a call to action program and develop and deliver an education program. So we'll be touching on all these things this evening. So those are the main things that we go over at the beginning of every state call just to keep these fresh in everyone's mind. So tonight I want to bring on our past state region directors. And as you can see, that's plural, directors. So I want to bring on Jonathan Viard and our newest region director, Brenda Carlin. And Jonathan, I'll let you, since you're the veteran, I'll let you lead off. So Jonathan, get any words for us this evening?
Well, thank you, Dale, and appreciate it and appreciate being back with COS Indiana. I think the first thing, though, that I should do, being a gentleman, is I should introduce Brenda as my new regional director, partner in crime. She was the grassroots coordinator for COS Florida, I believe she was the grassroots coordinator since 2019, but she has just been a rock star for the Florida team and has graciously decided to move on up and help me out with the past states. Just a funny little backstory. She actually called me up a few months ago before the position was even out there. And she said, "Do you need any help?" And those are words that she is going to regret. So I'm really happy to have Brenda. Brenda, do you want to say a few words?
A few words. I know it's an old tacky joke, but I just had to try it once because usually my jokes fail. So at least everybody got that one. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Indiana team. Thank you, Dale. And I'm looking forward to working with you, working with Jonathan. It's already been fun so far. This is the third week. I think I left for a week during the first 3 weeks to go visit Front Site. So, but yeah, I've been the state grassroots coordinator in Florida, and we have a mission to do. And I have said, if I'm the last person standing, I am not going to let this country go down. Our liberty, we have relatives, we have, too many people have fought and died for our country. We really are the solution as big as the problem. And I'm here, even if I'm the last man, person, woman standing. So that's where I'm coming from. So if I can help you in any way, I'm here to help you. And so I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Jonathan.
You're welcome. So just a brief recap since we last spoke. I know I always forget that it's been a month since we talked. Lots of great things have happened for COS this past month. We've seen South Carolina pass through the House. They just are a floor vote away in the Senate from becoming the 16th state. But not to be outdone, the Wisconsin team has also passed through the Assembly and also just need a Senate floor vote. They're the leader in the clubhouse, though, because South Carolina adjourned for this year. So their session is 2 years, but they will not reconvene until January. Wisconsin, however, is a year-round legislature, so they're still going. North Carolina has passed through the House. We now need to go through committee and then the floor in South Carolina, but they're gearing up to really start to make a push there. Ohio just had a huge rally today with Mark Meckler there. I think they had about 180 people at the Capitol in Ohio. So they're really excited about some momentum that we've got going there. Nebraska today, we actually had a vote there a few weeks ago. Now, Nebraska is a unicameral system, so they needed 2/3 of that one body to vote in favor of our resolution. We came up 3 votes shy, but we were able to come up for a reconsideration. We went back into committee, which we had to pull a procedural move to get out of committee in the first place because we were deadlocked. We actually passed out of committee today, but we won't be up for a vote until the early next year. However, this was a huge victory because we were dead in the water and it was nearly impossible for us to get through that committee. We actually passed through committee and we will be up on the very first of the year in 2022. So Nebraska, really great work by them and the grassroots there. And finally, one other thing that I want to let you all know about, this is actually pretty exciting. Steve Dace is going to be teaming up with Mark Meckler, and they're going to be at the Capitol in Lansing, Michigan on Thursday, June 10th. And I looked it up. Michigan's not that far from all of you there in Indiana. Lansing's not that far from you guys. So you are more than welcome to go and join the COS Michigan team. It's going to be an awesome day seeing Steve and Mark together outside on the steps of the Michigan Capitol. I think would be awesome. So as I get more information, I'll be definitely passing it along. I believe it's supposed to start around 11 a.m. But as I get all of the information, I'll pass it along to you. But I did want to let you guys know in case you wanted to make the trip up there to see Steve and Mark. I think it will be a great opportunity. Unless there are any questions, Dale, I'll turn it back over to you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Jonathan. Yes, please get us whatever information you can on that June 10th thing with Mark. That would be great. That would be great. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Well, a few months ago, we implemented a new pin that we want to give out and to recognize individuals in our leadership group for displaying self-governance. So tonight we're going to give out a pin. Now this is displaying self-governance. You know how important self-governance is to our organization, and that's for people that display the behavior at either the federal, state, county, city, community level, whatever level it is, for whatever purpose it is. We want to recognize those of you that display self-governance. So tonight, we're going to recognize John Ackerman. Now, John can't be with us tonight. He had another obligation. So he said, thank you very much. And I told him that I would promise not to say anything bad about him tonight. So I'm not going to do that. But John has done many things that qualify for self-governance. But the most recent one is in our last election, November 3rd election, John acted or served as a precinct committeeman down in the Anderson, Indiana area. So I want to recognize John with a self-governance pin for his action, his effort in the role of a precinct committeeman. So everyone will get this pin in the mail to him, and you want to be sure to congratulate John and thank John for his work as a precinct committeeman. All right. Well, let's get into some reports, tracking reports. We always look at this on a state call. We always look at how many districts now we have in our state that have at least one district captain in place. Now, I don't normally say that because we've never had districts with multiple district captains. We do have some now, but we always track on this report, we always track the number of districts with at least one district captain. And we're now at 39. So actual district captains, we're in excess of 40, but we're right at 39. And I looked it up, folks, at the end of 2020 in December, we were at 15 districts. So in the first, 4.5, 5 months of this year, we have more than doubled that number. So that is really, really great. And we want to be very, very proud of that. And we're still going. We've got more to add to this list. So thank you very much. These reports, once again, I'll pin these to the general channel in Slack, so you'll be able to look closer at these. Grassroots growth. Now, this is kind of interesting here. We officially recorded 982 new supporters for the month of May. Now, you notice you see some negative numbers on here. And I'm going to explain what's happening here pretty soon, but I'll just tell you right now, this is the impact of our data cleanup effort. And again, I'm going to be talking about this very shortly, and so you'll understand this. So we've got to get on the ball here and keep this growth going because our database is getting cleaned up. Okay, and that is important. That's more important that it get cleaned up. So we're going to be possibly seeing some more negative numbers here as time goes on. Again, this report will be pinned to the general channel. COS Indiana Live, I just want to mention that, going strong here. A new thing that we have just started here in the month of May, and that is a COS Indiana Live podcast. So in addition to the Monday evening broadcast of COS Indiana Live at 7 p.m. every Monday evening, we're taking the audio portion of those broadcasts and we're posting that as a in the form of a podcast. And that's COS Indiana Live podcast. That can be found at anchor.fm/Dale-Parish and the number 8. We'll be putting this address out more frequently. You'll get used to seeing it. But if you missed the broadcast, don't have time to watch the recording, and you want to listen to what happened on the broadcast, this is a good way to do it in the form of a podcast. Just want to also mention there won't be a COS Indiana Live broadcast on May 31st, Memorial Day. We will be taking the day off. But want to also mention some upcoming guests that I'm going to have on COS Indiana Live, trying to get new district captains on as much as possible. Cheryl Shopmeyer's coming up, and Debbie Stewart will be coming in for a civics lesson. Cindy Jurgen and Christina McMurray. I'm not sure. We may have to modify the order in which I've got them here, but these are the people that I want to try and put out there in the month of June. So that's where we are on COS Indiana Live. Now, I want to mention tonight that, we've talked about doing these roundtable meetings, these basically town hall meetings. Actually, COS Indiana Live every Monday night is a town hall meeting in essence, but we wanted to do a virtual town hall meeting. And if you recall, when we first discussed this concept, we decided we were going to do this on a quarterly basis. Well, we've changed plans. So starting June 28th, every fourth Monday broadcast of COS Indiana Live will be totally dedicated to a roundtable meeting. So we're still working on the format for this roundtable meeting, but like I said, on every fourth Monday of the month, starting June 28th, will be dedicated to a roundtable meeting, and it will be the Master of Ceremonies will be John Ackerman. So that's what's going to start happening on June 28th. Now I want to our state communications coordinator, Ken Kashiba, put together a little promo for Maringo Mike here, and hopefully I can get this to play for you tonight. So this won't be long. Here you go.
Hello and welcome to COS Indiana Live as we bring you Roundtable. The Roundtable segment is presented here every fourth Monday of the month at 7 p.m. We'll be focusing on education and discussion of the topics and challenges we all face as we use the Constitution to save the Constitution. Join us now as we bring you COS Indiana Roundtable with our MC, John Ackerman.
Well, how do you like that, huh? Yeah, I tell you, Ken's, and I think he's got a couple more of these. Ken, you're on, right? You say, I know you showed me another one, right? You've got one or two more you're working on?
Yeah, I am on. Yep. One or two more. What, Dale? Which was zero in on the? You mean the roundtable promotions?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. I sent you the first one of probably 3 or 4 we're going to use during the month of June.
Okay. All right. Good. And I'll be. And you're going to be putting those on. Well, we'll talk about that further when we get to your part. All right.
Okay. Yep.
But. Okay, in the meantime here, this is a project that we started in May, and it's the data cleanup. And one of our new SIAs, Richard Cutting, is leading the team on this. Richard, I know you're on tonight, right?
I'm here.
There you go. Richard, thanks for joining us. I asked Richard to lead the team to take on this project. It's a big project, and we hope to have a report ready for hopefully in June we'll be able to put on the screen here and show you the progress that we're making. So how are things coming so far, Richard?
Well, so far we cut our teeth, so to speak, on Indianapolis, and that's complete. We then moved to Fort Wayne. That's complete. And we today went to having a brain fart here. Evansville.
Evansville, okay.
And that's complete.
Okay, and now just some of the things that they're looking for, correct me here, Richard, like duplicates, missing four-digit zip codes, right?
The 4-digit zip codes is what we're mainly focusing on. The duplicates become self-evident as soon as you do that, because if it's the same four digit, you know, on both entries, it's the same person.
Okay.
We of course then eliminate them on the most part, and it corrects a lot of things. Most of the people that we find missed coming up that are cleaned off the records, that where you're seeing negative numbers, are people who moved out of state or didn't exist in the first place.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, thank you, Richard. And we'll be having Richard on every month as this project goes on, and give us an update. So thank you very much, Richard. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay, strategy meeting. Somebody please mute yourself. Jerry, I think you need to mute yourself. If you would, please. Strategy meeting coming up. The date has been set for September 18th. And we're going to hold it at the church as we did last time, Maple Grove Church of God in Anderson, Indiana. We will be live streaming this on our YouTube channel. So you'll be hearing more about this as the summer goes on, but this will be our 2022 strategy meeting, so that we'll get our goals and objectives set for what we want to accomplish in 2022. So that's coming up September 18th. Comms team. Okay, Ken, you want to come back on and us talk about some things going on in your area?
I am here, and we have a few things going on. As we talked about just a little bit ago, we have the first roundtable promotion, which I was able to complete today. As I looked at obviously trying to work on ways to promote the roundtable segment. We will be doing a number of things on Facebook as far as posting 2 or 3 videos that will run over the course of the month of June to inspire people to tune in on that 28th at 7 p.m. We've got our media liaison, Michael Walker. He's texted me the other day saying that he's got a couple of ideas on how to further promote it. So I'm waiting to get those suggestions from Michael to see what he's got up his sleeve. But that has been obviously a main focus going forward here with the 28th, which will probably get here before we know it. So that area is something that we're continuing to look to expand promotion wise. We'd really like to see that be successful first time around. Do you have that to play, Dale, or do you want me to play it?
No, I don't have that promo. It's just the Maringo mic thing's the only thing I had for tonight.
That's the only thing you had. Okay. I've got it if you want me to play it. Otherwise, I'll just move on if you don't have time.
Let's move on, please.
We've got
we'll get them.
The only other things I have basically is we have adjusted our newsletter time frame for people on the comms team that contribute to the newsletter. Susan and I have been talking about getting everything in. Prior to this, we were focusing on the 15th of the month, and we're looking to get things in by the 1st of the month so that we can have the newsletter ready to roll after this state call every month. So we've moved that timeline to the 1st. Everybody that is a content writer is aware of it, and we're just hoping that'll move things up a little bit and get that done. Also, just a reminder to those people that are on the comms team, and again, we're looking to rein in some of our social media warriors too. So if you know anybody out there that's a social media warrior, our monthly meeting will be held on June 7th, right after Dale's Indiana Live program. So that's just a reminder to those on the comms team that we'll be doing that meeting then. That's all I got.
Okay, I just want to reiterate our state newsletter, folks. If you're missing this, you need to look at this. Our team is doing a very professional job. As a matter of fact, right, Ken, that our newsletter was featured on the National Comms Team call here recently.
Yeah, that was held last Wednesday. Garrett had invited me on. A lot of the states were looking for a lot of the states aren't doing a newsletter, or those that were doing a newsletter were not having a whole lot of success with it. So they have seen our newsletter and were impressed by it. So I was able to spend a call. Well, Garrett was on vacation, so Jason and I basically held that meeting, and it was a great meeting. Had lots of questions, a lot of them about the team up calendar more than just about anything. But
really?
We are looking to have that. Garrett and the IT team from National are looking at taking what we have as a template and getting it fixed so it'll work in the Citizens Builder as a template.
All right.
So a
Great.
lot of the teams are excited about, or a lot of the states are excited about that. They really liked what we were doing. We basically, went through the whole thing as to how we put the newsletter together, what we focus on, and some of our goals. So yeah, it was really good. And the last thing I will mention that I did forget about as I look at the screen is the Slack channel. For those that are on the comms team, we did start a Slack channel so that our content writers can send their material directly to me, and we can get it to Susan and get all the editing and eyeballs on it so that everything goes well. So
all right.
The comms team Slack channel's new.
Okay. I did want to mention, Ken, I call this the power radio. We had two of our district captains that were interviewed by a local radio station down over in Wabash, Indiana. Fred Dennison and Gary Ridenauer. Both of these individuals have been doing a lot of presentations, but yeah, that radio interview played a couple times on the different radio stations that this station owns there. So we need to do more of this, right, Ken? We need to get more people involved in doing this type of thing.
Yes, we do. And that's hopefully Michael Walker will be helping us with that to expand the radio side of things, especially with some of the PSAs and some of the other things that we've been trying to get off the ground. So I know we've had a couple radio stations there, WOWO and a couple of the other radio stations up on the north side. We need to start getting some of them down here in the middle of the state and obviously in the south end to pick up some radio stations to get these things statewide. But yeah. I mean, once that gets rolling, I think you're really going to see some growth on that.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Ken. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, Paul, you're up, my man.
All right, I'm going to make this brief because we are out of legislative session. So there's not a whole lot of activity. But the one thing I would like to mention is now is an excellent time for district captains or region captains or anybody to get in touch with their legislators. It's very easy to set up an in-district meeting with them since, as I said, they're not in session. So I would encourage you to do that if you haven't talked to your legislator recently. Try to set up a meeting at a coffee shop or something like that, and just get caught up with them and reshare our message. So that's all I've got, Dale.
All right, Paul, thank you very much.
Sure.
Paul's recovering. Can I mention this, Paul?
Well, you already started, so you might as well finish.
Oh, today's your last day of quarantine, right?
Yes.
Yes, Paul came down with COVID, and he's been quarantined. but he looks like he feels better. So glad you're okay, Paul.
I do feel much better.
Good. All right. Okay. Well, this young man, and you know now, folks, this was a picture that was just taken last week. So George Ward's coming on now. George, you there?
Yes, I'm here, but I just sent you a chat that my internet connection is being very unstable. Am I coming across okay? Am I all garbled?
Well, no, you're coming across okay, but it kind of goes in and out, but you're okay right now. Well, we won't spend a great deal of time on this, but I tried to indicate the newest district captains that I haven't recognized as yet. Hopefully, I don't know if I've missed anybody here, but those are the ones, of course, on the left-hand side here. Are there some others that I haven't missed that I've missed here, George, or do you know offhand?
No, looks pretty good to me, Dale. Last I checked late yesterday. There we have only 3 or 4 that are pending. We only have 41 district captains.
Okay, you're really George, you're really breaking up.
As you showed earlier, 39 districts that have at least one district captain.
All right, George, you're breaking up, man. So I'm going to move on here. On the other side of the screen, we've still got 19 volunteers that we're still processing. We've got some other people that we're still processing in other positions. So we're working the load. Okay. I know you can't read this, but this is our training report. This is it's quite large because we got a lot of people in training right now, but coming along. And again, this will be pinned so anyone that wants to look at this any closer can. So sorry, George, your connection was just bad. So thank you for everything. All right. Okay, Gary Harbaugh, you're up, my man. Hope your connection's good.
I hope so too, Dale. So here is the Mission Excellence Tracking Report, and I just want to chat about this a little bit.
Okay.
I know it's pretty small there. You probably can't read that, but this is where the district captain mission excellence plan that we use to measure the amount of activity in the state and get a track on how much we are accomplishing and in what areas. Under each month, you notice by each name, there's 3 numbers. And that first number is for general and training. And so things like attending the state call, completing training items gets recorded there. The second number is LR, that's building legislator relationships. The third number is GR, which is growing the grassroots. And I really want to talk just a little bit about that LR number. And I'm glad that Paul mentioned about now being a good time to build legislator relationships. And I want to recognize 3 people actually who've been doing some, the best in that area. And we're having some big numbers in all 3 areas, but we're not doing the smallest number every month in the total column is building legislator relationships. And that's partly because there are really not as many points there that, can be recorded, but this is a really key area. Recognizing, just like calling a legislator's legislative assistant, record that, meet and greet with a legislator, a public event. So if they're having a speaking somewhere locally and you go and just say hello to them, that counts as building legislator relationships. A meaningful phone call with a legislator, a handwritten note or to a legislator. And this can be about a particular topic, or this can just be a get acquainted and say, introducing yourself to your legislator and tell them that you're the local person for Convention of States. scheduled meeting, meet over coffee or something, or having a 34 ready meeting where you talk about the 34 ready, which is something that Paul developed about getting our legislators ready for when we have 34 states and there will be a convention. And so that's a pretty detailed matter that Paul has prepared for those kind of meetings. But anyway, the three people who've done the best in this last month in building legislative relationships are Dale Tipton and what I'll call the Jones sisters. They're not really sisters, but they're both named Jones. That's Diane Jones and Jill Jones. And those are the people who earned the most points in this past month for building legislative relationships. And I want to recognize them for that, because everything we do is really key for our success, that we have relationships, positive, strong relationships with legislators. Even the ones who don't agree with us, we want to have a good, positive relationship with that person so that we have the opportunity to have influence. So it was a good month, and those are our top performers in that category.
Good, Gary. I promise folks we'll try and make this report more readable for you. It's a good problem to have, because we're getting so many district captains. The report's getting hard to put up here on one page. So maybe we're going to have to revise it a bit here. So we'll work on this and hopefully make this more legible for you, something you can read on our next state call. So I do want to mention that we're going to do another welcome new district captain call. This one's scheduled for June 17th and 7 p.m. I believe is the time. I'll be sending out invitations to everyone. This is a good opportunity, please, for new district captains to come on our Zoom call. This counts toward your training, by the way. This counts as your call to the state director. And so we want as many as possible new district captains to get on this call so that we can talk about, introduce yourself, meet with some other district captains, get to know you a little bit better. So look for that on June 17th. I wanted to, Gary, you still there? Wanted to recognize Fred Dennison and Gary Ridenauer for a presentation they did down at the Hillside Hillside Shooting Sports, in Roanoke, and this last weekend. I went down Saturday morning at their presentation, and then Gary, you went down on Sunday, right?
Yes, I was there on Sunday along with a number of other COS volunteers.
Right.
And this was a pretty neat deal. They put on a great presentation about convention estates. And these guys are, they're all in on doing these presentations.
Doing very good
fine job.
And Vicky Mooring was there, region captain, along with one of our volunteers. So we had a good turnout, and I think people found it very interesting. It seemed, judging from the reactions I saw, people seemed to think it was very interesting. So good job, guys. Good job. Upcoming events that I wanted to make you aware of real quick. This is a slide that I use on the COS Indiana Live broadcast to let everyone know of upcoming events. And I'm sure that these will be appearing in our newsletter, our state newsletter. We got an event coming up at the Morrison Reeves Library on June 14th. We have a presentation coming up on also on June 14th at Buck Creek Township Fire Station. Our district captain, Dan Stock, is going to be making a presentation there on COVID. Bass and Bucks. Again, this is Fred Dennison and Gary Ridenauer will be back at, this is another sporting sporting store in Wabash on June 19th. And as I mentioned earlier, our roundtable meeting coming up on COS Indiana Live on June 28th. So those are some dates to be looking at. These are all on the Team Up calendar, and they will be in the district or the state newsletter. Wanted to mention our prayer contact. Tim, I know you're on tonight. Anything you want to say about the prayer contact?
I just want to say we are glad to take any concerns anybody has. We pass them on to the national team, and then you have a lot of people praying for you. So it can be individual illnesses or some big event that you've got coming up, or just anything you need prayer for. We know that prayer works, and we're anxious to take your call. So all you have to do is just let me know what it is in an email, and we'll be praying for it. Thanks, Dale.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing this. This is great. This is great. Well, I want to wrap up with and go around the horn here. I'm going to turn off the slideshow here, the PowerPoint. But just note our next state call, June state call, will be June 23rd, 8 p.m. So you'll be getting an invitation and so forth on that. So June state call, June 23rd. Okay, I'm going to come back to the screen here so I can see everybody, and let's kind of go around the horn here. If anybody's got any questions or any comment that you want to make, now is the time to do it. Let's start up here with, how about Diane Jones? Anything, Diane? You're mute. There you go.
Yeah, not right now. I'm just glad I'm through my interview.
Yeah, yeah. I interviewed Diane on COS Live last Monday. She did a fantastic job. Diane's got some really good things cooking, and I think she's really gonna do a great job for us. So Diane, thank you very much. Thank you. Thomas, unmute yourself, Thomas.
Okay, I woke up now.
I'm sorry to wake you up. I know you were trying to get a little sleep there. Anything you want to say?
Oh, anything I want to say?
No, I shouldn't have said it that way. I mean, anything briefly you want to say?
There we go. Briefly, you and Jill Jill gave me 5 minutes at her presentation. Jiminy Christmas, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, if you think of something, let us know. Okay.
Okay.
Rick Lyon, anything, bud?
I'll just encourage everyone to talk about the roundtable coming up. Spread the word. You know, I'd tell everybody in your districts, you know, about what we're doing. Our target audience is the people who are, you know, just beginning to have interest in convention of states, or those who haven't heard of it yet. So we're trying to reach those people with this. So talk about it to everybody you can. And when you're reaching out to someone to talk about convention states, you know, invite them to this roundtable, and hopefully that'll be the thing that you need to help get them pulled in. I also would like to mention this new brochure that we have.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Gary
yeah.
Harbaugh. And it's a trifold. I'll try to hold it up here as best I can. Let's see, here we go.
Yeah.
There's the inside, and there's the outside. It's a really nice brochure. It's really well done. Maybe Gary wants to comment on who put it together and all that. But we have these now. If you're having an event and want some of them, just let me know.
All right. All right. Thanks, Rick.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Dale, I want to comment about that. That trifold was designed by Dale Tipton and his wife, who did all the graphic work. I just helped work with Rick to get some printed, but yeah, that's really Dale's work, and he gets the blue ribbon for that. And he's probably going to say it's his wife, because she did the graphic design.
I got a feeling it was his wife that did most of this. I just got that feeling. I don't know, but we'll see what he has to say about it.
Yeah, Dale, thanks for that vote of support. I really appreciate it.
Dale, you got anything else you want to say tonight?
No, we've got I guess Region 1 is having its first meeting of district captains this first Saturday in June. That will be a regularly scheduled event at a local restaurant in Portage. So I'm looking forward to getting together with the folks and talking about what we can do in Region 1.
All right. Dale's our newest region captain. We announced his promotion to region captain on our last call, our April call. So Dale's doing a great job. And so want to thank you for everything you're doing, Dale. Good job, my man. Patrick, what's up? You got anything?
No, not right now. I've just been kind of working on a few things here.
Okay. All right. All right. Good. Thank you. Hello, Larry. How you doing, bud?
Doing okay. Been working with some of the other SIAs on the data cleanup.
Okay.
These guys are really pretty good. And I also got some other ideas on some metrics improvements that we might be able to make with the SIAs. So I'm interested in pursuing that with Ann and moving forward with, getting as much data cleanup done as possible.
All right. All right. All right, Larry, thank you very much. Brian Knighton, how you doing?
If you can hear me fine, buddy.
Yeah, we can hear you, but it's very not very strong.
Well, I'm gonna get a mic for next time for headphones. So.
All right.
All right.
Well, you got anything you want to say, Brian? Thank you for joining us.
A lot to learn.
All right. Good. Good. Leanna from Indiana. Where'd you go?
Oh, I've been turning my video on and off all day, I guess. Hi. Yeah, I hopped in a bit later because I had a meeting with the district and we were going to talk about censorship, but then like 2 people showed up. So we just kind of sat around and talked about COVID and stuff. So, yeah. So if Larry and Jerry were late on the call and Gordon, like all of them are late because of that meeting. So.
Oh, it's your fault, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's all my fault.
All right.
But no, I don't know. There's exciting stuff happening around the country, and then I've been encouraged seeing mask mandates getting lifted around the state. So I mean, yeah, keep up the good work. And I've got some letters to write to my legislators to go, thanks for voting for this really good legislation that gives power back to the people. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Leanne. How about Vicki Mooring? Vicki, you there? Unmute yourself. There you go.
Not too much to say. I would like to get some of those new pamphlets, those trifolds, and get a hold of us for this June get together at Bass and Bucks. I think those would be real nice handouts for there. So.
Okay. Rick, you're hearing that, right?
Yeah, I'm writing that down, Vicki. I'll get you some. I think I can get your address. If not, I'll Slack you for it, but I think I can find your address.
Okay.
I'll get them to you.
That'd be great.
And Thomas, you sent a thing on my phone here just now too. I'll get some to you as also.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Thanks, Vicki. Richard Loken, you there, bud? Unmute yourself. Well, he was there, I guess. Let's move on here. Debbie Stewart, you with us tonight? Unmute yourself and say hi. Okay, she just sent me a message saying her audio will not unmute for some reason. So okay, we'll as I mentioned earlier, we have Debbie coming back on in June for another one of her sessions. I think she said it'll be a civics lesson. So glad to have her coming back on in June. How about Jerry Rowe? How you doing, Jerry?
Doing fine. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
All right. Yeah, I'm on phone. I just got out of the car from Leanna's meeting.
Oh, yes.
And so, yeah, we had a good discussion there. and covered all kinds of subjects and did a little strategizing and all that sort of thing.
All right.
So
Where
that's
was
about all I got.
where was her meeting
Well-
held? I forgot to ask you, Leanna. Where did you hold your meeting tonight?
That was Walt Souther Pub. It's south side of Lafayette.
Boy, she likes these pubs, doesn't she? Do you think there's an ulterior motive there, or I just?
Well, the motive, how it all got started was her first introduction to COS in a meeting was actually the local Tea Party, which meets in the same pub, the same room.
Oh,
okay. So that's the start of that.
Do they serve adult beverages at this pub though? As
Yes, if you order them.
I can see her.
I think Jerry can attest that I drink water the whole time.
Oh, sure.
That is true.
Okay.
No, that's true. And I had iced tea.
All right. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. Hey, Marty Wood, you got anything you want to say tonight, bud?
No, just happy to listen in and see get some updates. I'm working on, I've been attending my Hamilton County and my Fishers area GOP clubs and making some connections. And I'm working on getting Chris Jeter, who is my rep, a meeting with him and possibly have him available at a future roundtable event.
Good deal. Thank you, Marty. Judy. Who is this Judy? I don't recognize the name. Don now. Okay. Okay, we got two on the phone here. I remember one of them. Who's 2992?
It's me, Dale. Tim. Hi,
Yeah,
Mike. I don't have anything else to say. Thanks.
All right, Tim. Thank you. Okay, who's 70?
And Jerry is the other one. So.
Oh, you're also on the phone, Jerry?
2531, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, folks, I think that is a wrap for tonight. Once again, I want to thank everyone for the job that you're doing. I think we're doing very good here in the state of Indiana. I think we have a great team, and the team is growing. And believe me, as our team grows bigger and bigger, we have to be more and more concerned about any changes in organization to accommodate this growth. So I think we're going to be thinking seriously about those, and probably that'll be one of the topics at our strategy meeting is the growth that we're experiencing and how we're going to accommodate that growth. So, but in the meantime, please continue doing the job that you're doing. I did notice here that one of the people that I didn't get a chance to give an opportunity to speak is Don Lynn. That was the Don and the Judy, I think, that I missed. You there, Don? Can't hear you. I know you unmuted, but I can't. Sorry, we can't hear you, Don. Sorry. Well, anyway, folks, that'll be it for tonight. I'll get the recording posted tomorrow so everyone can see it. Once again, everyone, thank you very much for the job that you're doing. Jonathan, Brenda, thank you for coming on tonight. Hope you enjoyed our state call. We do this every month, and we try to do as best a job as we can on it. So everyone, thank you very much. Have a good evening. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thanks, Dale.